Good morning, everyone. Just want to start off by telling you all thank you for joining us today. I've got the privilege of having Fidelity and Guarantee Life F&G Garrett Eivins with us. He's our internal partner here at F&G, and he's going to dive in, talk about a couple different products today. So we're going to take a look at a new product they just recently launched, and then look at one of their products that's a good accumulation and income play. So I'm really excited to have Garrett with us today. Um, Unfortunately, you get to listen to me for a few minutes first. I know that's everyone's favorite part. But for those of you who don't know me, my name's Laura Johnson. Been with IMES for half my life, 13, 14 years now altogether. Um, did about 8 years on the admin side, been on the sales team now for a little over 6 years. So if you ever have anything need help with, just give me a call. Regardless of what it is, I'll find you the right person to get your questions answered. So with that, though, I'm going to go ahead and just do a few intro slides, tell you a little bit about IMES. For those of you who are new to IMES, never been with IMES, about a few programs we've got, and then I will hand it over to Garrett. So the first thing I like to talk about is one of my favorite programs we've got for new producers. So it's our new producer bonus. And what this is when you first come on board here at IMES, you got 180 days or 6 months to qualify for this. So as you can see, there's 5 different tiers with different rewards you can get, all of them geared toward marketing. The goal with this is really, with those first pieces of business you write with IMES in that first 6 months, to say thank you, number one, and to help boost your marketing. Let us partner with you. So as you can see, there's some really great options. I mean, 750 of indexed annuity premium in 6 months. We could be paying for 8 radio shows, or paying for 2 seminars, or getting you $4,500 worth of lead credit. Some really great options, though. As you can see, marketing reimbursement dollars, mailings, building a website for you. There's all sorts of great things. So again, um, 6 months to qualify. FIA business counts dollar for dollar. MIGA business counts as a $0.50 per dollar. So if you're curious where you stand, or where you're at, give your marketer at IMES a call. Give myself a call. We can get with accounting and see where you're at on this. Once you do cash out your new producer bonus, we do move you into a marketing reimbursement program. So with that program, you're going to be earning dollars on all the business you write at IMES. So, for an indexed annuity, every 100,000, we're going to put $100 in an account for you. For single premium life and life target premium. So for single premium life, 100,000 equals $200 in your marketing account. For every 10,000 of life target premium, that's $200. So no matter life or annuity, you're writing business, you're earning those dollars. I had an agent, it's kind of funny. She's been with me for about 4 years now. She emailed me the other day after a webinar and said, I don't think I've ever used my marketing dollars. She had close to $7,000 in her account that she could use for marketing. So it really does add up over time. And if you kind of forget about it, really nice, because it'll pay for a bunch of marketing. So she was thrilled with that. So, I mean, it's just a good way for us to kick some back to you and help partner with you on those marketing expenses. We also have a referred producer program. If you've been in the industry any length of time, referrals are important in your business, and they are in ours as well. So we appreciate and welcome all referrals, and we kick you back a little money with each referral. So when your referee gets contracted at IMES, you get $50. When they write their first piece of business, you get $100. And then going forward, you can see kind of the breakout there, but we're going to pay you a little bit of an override on all their business. It's a nice program to earn a little money on those referrals without having to take on the responsibility of a hierarchy or potential chargebacks, things like that, but a way for us to still say thank you and put money back in your pocket. One thing I will mention, these checks are only paid out quarterly. So if you're wondering where your check is, that's why. It's paid out 4 times a year. So it's not done on a daily basis. We just do it 4 times a year. And I'll tell you, they're Stephen Charles's favorite checks to sign. So we appreciate the referrals. So if you can think of anyone who might benefit from our services, go ahead and give your marketer here at IMES a call, pass along the name, and we'd be happy to reach out to them. So insurance agency marketing services. So service is our number one goal here at IMES. And it's part of our name. It's our number one goal is to not be number one in the industry as far as production and things, but be number one when it comes to a service level. We whether that be helping with case design, helping with paperless contracting, making that process really easy. Following up with the home offices to make sure you're compliant before you're writing business. Amber's team and Cindy Fry, their teams on the life and the annuity side, do a phenomenal job for our agents with what we call submission to commission support. I mean, that's ordering your parameds, that's chasing down medical records, that's chasing down funds from transferring companies, scrubbing your applications, following up on your business every 3 to 5 business days. So those ladies touch your case twice a week just to make sure it's moving through at the appropriate speeds. We hold our carriers to that level too. We want to stay on top of them to make sure that we're providing a good service to you by helping them stay on track. So, and we really want to do that from the time you are talking about a case till the time you get paid on that case. Want to be there to support you along the way. So, that is our number one goal here at IMES. And, I think it even starts with if you call into IMES right now, within 2 rings, I guarantee you someone's going to pick up that phone. We have that personal touch we want to have on every call where you're not talking to a voicemail, you're not sitting on an automated cycle trying to get to the person you want to talk to. I mean, we want to be there to answer your questions when you have them. We're really excited to be partnered with Firelight. So for those of you who don't know, on our website, you can have a single sign-on through our website, and you have access to three e-app platforms. Really excited though to have Firelight. That's our annuity platform. I'd say 95% of the carriers, I'll go to the next screen here. I'd say 95% of the carriers are on Firelight. The ones that are coming soon are working to get added, but as you can see, all of the main carriers we're doing business with are on Firelight. That means you have a single sign-on to our website, and you can do an e-app for any of those carriers. It makes it easy. I mean, if you're like me, I hate remembering passwords and going to 20 different websites. So the fact that you can go to one website, whether it be annuity, life, or Medicare, and have an e-app available through one single sign-on, it's a really great advantage, we think, for our agents. So as you can see, a lot of carriers are on there. Like I said, we do have the iGo e-app as well for the life business and Connect for Medicare on the Medicare side. So really just want to make it easy for you all to do business. If you haven't talked to our creative team at all, I recommend you do. I mean, they're here working for you every day, doing customized marketing things. They do everything from, maybe you're new to the business and you just need help building a logo or designing a business card. Maybe you want to have a newsletter sent out or a website built. Maybe you're looking to do some marketing, so social media marketing, maybe some drip email campaigns. We can do all of that here internally. So Jacob, Sean, Russell, the whole team over there on the creative side does a great job for our agents. If you want to check out their portfolio, you can write this down. Go to imescreative.com, and that's their website. You can check out different website we've built, logo designs, and you can submit requests out there as well. So I always say that their services aren't free, but there's no cost if you're doing your business with IMES. Those are things we provide for our agents if you're active and writing your business here. If you haven't been out to the website, our website, it's www.imesinc.com. A lot of great tools out there. I won't bore you with all of them, but I'll give you a couple examples. You got term quoting through iPipeline, as well as GUL quoting. You got all your e-apps out there. We give you access to Annuity Rate Watch out on our website. I think that's a huge thing available for our agents under the products and annuity tab. You can check MIGA rates, fixed indexed annuity rates. You can anything you want. I go out there all the time. The biggest thing I use it for is for income comparisons. Who has the best guaranteed income at this time? I'm going to Annuity Rate Watch, and we give you guys access to that as well. As well as a lot of other great things. One of my other favorite things that I'll mention on the website is under the support tab when you're logged in. There is a sales resource library, and that is full of just great material for you agents in the field. There's client presentations. If a client goes, what's a fixed indexed annuity? Well, there's a 10-page document in there that's client facing that can be customized with your logo and stuff that says everything you need to know about a fixed indexed annuity. Or maybe they're looking for long-term care, or a Roth IRA, want to know about, all those different topics. They've got financial calculators. They've got probably 50 different fact finders out there. I worked with a guy the other day who was working on an estate planning case. Well, there was an actual fact finder out on the sales resource library that was specific to estate planning. So, there's just a lot of great tools out there. Would encourage you to go check it out. Um, you'll have access to some stuff without logging in, but otherwise just register, and we can get you access and get you in right away. For those of you who don't know, we also have an RIA in our office, Eivins Wealth Management. 4 or 5 years ago when that DOL was looming over our heads, Charles and Steve said it was time, and we started Eivins Wealth Management. Now we've really grown it over the last 4 or 5 years to a really great program. A lot of our top producers on the insurance side are our top advisors on the management side. We really built it for the insurance producer as well. We wanted to make it easy for you to retain those clients and do business, keeping it all in-house. So I always tell people when we're talking about considering getting your license, you go into a house and you got, let's just say $500,000 on the table, right? Well, F&G is only going to probably take 250 to 300,000 of that, right? So what are you going to do with that other money? Are you going to just leave it there for another financial advisor to swoop up, or do you have a place for it? So with that, we think it's important for advisors to consider getting their license, but we also have a client program that I'm going to talk about as well, because there's many people who are maybe just at the end of their career, just don't want to take the time to study for it, or maybe just don't have an interest to get in that field. With our client program, we really make it easy for you to retain those clients by referring them over. And you refer them over. We got Zach Reeg, who's our financial advisor on the client platform. He will take your referral, talk with that client, handle that client for you, manage their money on the management side, and you know that your money's safe. It's not getting taken from another advisor. You've kept that money in-house, retain that client. We think that's really, really important because so many people are missing out on opportunities. So the good news also with that is, depending on the state you live in, we could potentially pay you a portion of the fee that's charged to the client. So a really great opportunity for you to make a little money, but depending on the state, or maybe you're studying for your exam. While I'm finishing this, I am going to launch a poll question if you guys are interested. Oh, I maybe just closed it too soon. Just kidding. I can't undo it, I don't think. Well, if you are interested, maybe just type a question in or let me know you're interested. But with that referral program, though, maybe you're studying to get your license as well. If you refer clients over, once you pass your exam, we will transfer all those clients directly back to you. So a really great way to kind of build it while you're studying, or if you're just not interested, in getting your license, a really great way for us to help partner with you, keep that money internally. And I apologize about that poll question. I got click happy. So only a couple more slides of me and I'll hand it over to Garrett. We're really excited. This lovely pandemic kept us all at home for a long time. So we're really excited to announce that we are back to doing trips. So with that, we announced back in December that our next Top Producers Escape is going to be in September of next year, August, end of August, 1st of September. And it's a Mediterranean cruise. As you can see, really great stops. It's going to be a great time. 8 days out on a boat, seeing some beautiful scenery, stopping at some of these amazing ports, as you can see on the screen. Qualification started in December of last year and goes through June 30th of next year. So we got plenty of time to qualify. All your life business, annuity business, Medicare business, any business you write through Eivins counts for this. So $4.5 million, get you and a guest on this all-inclusive Mediterranean cruise. So we're super excited about that as well. So if you're curious on where you stand as far as trip credits go, give anyone at Eivins anyone here at Eivins should be able to tell you your trip credits and where you stand. But we're really excited about it and can't wait for this trip. Last thing before I pass it over to Garrett is we are back to doing live trainings as well. So excited to say that we just announced the dates for our first academy for 2021. It's going to be September 28th through October 1st up in Des Moines, Iowa. Plug your ears, Garrett. We are partnering with Athene on this one. But what we're doing is we're bringing in 35 to 40 people who are looking to grow their business. We're looking for people who are active in the business. It's not probably the best fit for someone who's new to the business because it's not annuities 101. It's not life insurance 101. These are in-depth tax strategies, IUL concepts, annuity concept, Roth conversions, all these in-depth topics that we're going to be bringing to the table to try and help you grow your business. We're also going to bring in 4 of our top guys, and they're going to share their exact marketing programs with you as well. They're going to show what's been working, what's not for them, and what's given them their success. So we're really, really excited about it. If you are interested, as you can imagine, since COVID has been since COVID has been around, we really got away from these. So we've got a ton of people wanting to come. So spots are very limited. There is a little bit of production requirements now tied to these events. So apparently I screwed up all the polls. So I can't ask if you want to come. When I give you a call following the webinar, let me know if you're interested. We also sent an email out on this today under my name, talking about the academy. You can also apply, put your application in to be considered through that email as well. So with that, I'm going to stop talking and hand it over to Garrett Eivins. Again, Garrett is with us from F&G Fidelity and Guarantee Life, and he's going to go over a couple products with you guys today. So with that, Garrett, I'm going to make you the presenter here.
Awesome. So are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Did you? Oops. Let's see here.
It's saying that the organizer must hide the poll results to enable screen sharing.
Oh, there you go. Try it now. There we go.
Okay. And you just see this.
The small one, you might want to blow it up.
The small one. Okay.
Like it shows your verbiage and stuff on there as well.
Let me switch it up then. I didn't know which screen it was going to show. Nope, that's still the wrong one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to switch the screen that you know of on this platform?
I don't believe so. Give me just a minute here. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Give me just a second here.
It's defaulting to the screen I didn't want it on.
Can you slide the presentation to the other screen?
Oh, that's what I tried to do.
And it still?
It still did it, yeah. I mean, we can.
I've never had that problem before.
Actually, here, let's do it this way. I think I figured it out. Tell me if you can see it now.
Oh, yep, we're good.
Okay, so there's a button on the panel over there that we have to switch. Okay, well, sorry about that technical difficulties, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us today. My name is Garrett Eivins. I'm the senior internal wholesaler here at F&G for all of you. And I'd be foolish if I didn't begin by thanking each of you for your time today, your partnership, and your business. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of F&G's growth over the last year. That way we can just dive straight into the products. Again, thank you from nearly 450 employees here at F&G for all your business and continued growth in business with us. In the last year, we have grown over 20% when the market in regular FIA industry was down 20%. So with that 40% swing in our direction, we climbed the ranks and became a number 2 seller in the fixed index annuities for the independent channel. And we launched several new products with more to come actually in the second half of 2021. We're expecting 2 more product launches. We implemented a new competitive compensation program for our top employees, which we will go over on a later slide. But with that, let's just get into today's agenda. We're going to first talk about the Accelerator Plus. This product is what we call the best of both worlds. It's pure accumulation and income, guaranteed income. And then we're going to talk about the new product, the Dynamic Accumulator, how it fits in today's market. It's not a regular FIA, but it's not a RILA. It fits right in between, and we'll dive into that here shortly. And then we're going to also talk about the exciting new trail commissions that we have announced on our accumulation products. I'm sorry about that. And then our Power Producer program, kind of like Laura was talking about with Eivins, how they invest back into your guys' business and practice. We do as well at F&G. We know the importance of that partnership and giving back to those agents that give us that business. So the Accelerator Plus, this is a product we call the best of both worlds for accumulation and income potential. You can see it's up to 6% premium bonus depending on state. It has the income base is a greater of a 5% compounding roll-up rate, or the performance multiplier, which is up to 150% of the account value. There is an income doubler, so if your clients are unable to complete 2 of the 6 ADLs, their guaranteed income would double until the account value reaches 0, which that doesn't mean they would not receive any more income once the account value reaches 0. They would just go back to the original guaranteed lifetime income amount. There is a rider fee for that income of 1.15% each year. It has alternative indices. I just listed one here, but the Barclays Trailblazer Sector 5 with high accumulation potential. This is where we get the best of both worlds. It has a minimum guaranteed 100% participation rate. And then we also have the Balanced Asset 5 that we recently announced this year on this product. It also has a guaranteed minimum par rate of 100%. This product issues up to age 85 for non-qualified and qualified money. It is a 10 and 14-year chassis. They have access to the account value for home health care, nursing home, and terminal illness. Has a 10% penalty-free withdrawal after policy year 1. And there is a death benefit associated to this product as well, so they can leave money to their beneficiaries if something were to happen during this income period, which we'll show on an illustration here later. But the performance multiplier, this is really what makes this product what it is. It has that 150% growth potential over 10 years. So that's the maximum. So for this illustration here or example, we're just using an initial $100,000 premium. You can see down there on the bottom. And then we're using a hypothetical account value, crediting 3% annually, very conservative, which is going to be that blue line that you see there. And then the performance multiplier, it goes up by 5% each year that your clients defer taking income to a maximum of 150%. So if we were going just based on the account value, your clients would have earned $129,786 on that 3% hypothetical growth. But because of that performance multiplier growing at 5% each year, so it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 50% in year 10 at a maximum, your client's income base is going to be $194,679. That's 150% growth of the account value. So that's really showing you how this performance multiplier goes to work for your client's premium, producing them a guaranteed income stream later on in retirement. Now let's just talk about these rates a little bit. I have our alternative indices up there at the top. We have the Barclays Trailblazer Sector 5. It's a 2-year. If your clients do the no fee option, it's 125% participation rate. but they can buy up the participation rate for a 1.25% fee over the 2-year duration. That's not each year, that's over 2 years. So 0.63% annually, if you think about it that way. They can buy that up to 155% participation rate. So it gives them greater upside potential for accumulation and also income, because that accumulation goes towards the account value, which then that performance multiplier calculates based on the account value each year. So their income would also grow based on that accumulation. And then the balanced asset 5, 1 year and 2 year. So you have the no fee option of 120% participation rate for the 1 year and 135% for the 2 year. Now here's where it gets big on the 2 year. You can pay that fee of 1.25% for the 2 year duration for 175% of that for the participation rate. So let's just say that the market did 20%. You would take that 20% times 1.75. That's what your clients would get returned for the 2 year duration. And then we have the standard S&P options on there, the annual point to point, the monthly point to point, and then the declared rate of gains. I won't go over each of those numbers and bore you too much with that, but I'll leave it up for just a second so you can look at those if anyone needs to write that down. So now we're going to get ready to dive into a hypothetical illustration. Obviously, the product we're talking about is the Accelerator plus 10. We're not looking at the 14-year chassis, just the 10-year. Issue age, 60. Initial premium, $250,000, and we're going to allocate 100% in the Barclays 2-year point-to-point. And the illustration should clear up a little bit there, hopefully. So you can see here on the first arrow, the top left, the clients put in a $250,000 premium. We're going to look at 10 years when they're going to start taking income. The account value is $462,051. But because they reached that max performance multiplier, if you move over to the right, of 50%, their income base grew, whoops, the screen is in my way here, to $675,895. That would produce a guaranteed lifetime payment of $33,795. Now let's just move over to that enhanced guaranteed withdrawal payment. This is the doubler. I just want to point it out. If your clients in year 10 were unable to complete 2 of the 6 ADLs, it was signed off by a licensed U.S. physician, they would receive a payment of $67,590. So you can see that doubler would go to work for them. But now let's just move down the screen on the left to year 20. Your clients have taken out $371,745 over the life of the contract in withdrawals. They still have an account value of $370,745. That's more than their initial premium, even though they've already taken out over $100,000 more than their initial premium. And I also just want to point out that account value, if you move over to the far right, would be left as a death benefit as well, $370,745. So you can see why we call this product the best of both worlds. It could be the best of all 3 worlds: accumulation, guaranteed income, and death benefit legacy play. And let's go to the next slide here. Sorry, it froze up on me for a second. So I know a lot of clients aren't going to want to look at their account after 1 year and see no returns. The Barclays is a 2-year option. So that first year, they're not going to see any growth on their account. Clients don't like that. So what I recommend, if they don't like that return, is doing a laddering effect. So you can see, because it's a 2-year point-to-point strategy, most advisors will allocate both the Barclays and the S&P annual point-to-point with cap. This way, your clients will receive or see returns after year 1. And they can also take those S&P monies and now allocate them into a new 2-year Barclays, effectively DCAing at different buying opportunities. And they would be able to see returns each and every year moving forward. With that, we are going to pivot now to what I'm really excited about is our new product. The FIA marketplace has evolved over the years to address common challenges to pre-retirees and retirees that they face. As we mentioned previously, F&G is the first carrier to offer an FIA back in 1998. Products have since evolved both inside and outside of F&G to become even more robust and competitive. Most specifically, the Dynamic Accumulator, F&G has been paying close attention to what has been happening in the RILA space, or the Registered Index-Linked Annuities marketplace. This is a rapid growing annuity product class that has been taking market shares from traditional variable annuities to a degree of fixed index annuity class. An objective to building the Dynamic Accumulator is to discover and build a new way for F&G clients to achieve growth, even in extreme challenge modern environments. So with that, we are going to dive right into our new products. But first, we're going to just kind of compare the stage across the marketplace for the Dynamic Accumulator. Let's look at the risk-reward spectrum and the places that products fit where your clients can turn the upside potential. Cash, CDs, money markets, fixed annuities are at the bottom of the risk-reward spectrum because they're associated to low levels of risk, therefore conservative financial vehicles to place one's assets in. Bonds are in the middle, and equities, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs are at the top with the biggest risk. And they are the most aggressive investment vehicle. MYGAs are more conservative than FIA products since they have guaranteed rates, and the FIAs have been in the sweet spot, the right amount of risk and rewards. At the right hand of the chart, you're going to see the RILA product category. As mentioned a moment ago, RILAs are rapidly growing in the annuity industry. For those unfamiliar, before I mention them, RILAs are the latest rage mentioned in the variable annuity market. Clients risk 100% of their premium at the set level of risk in exchange for the potential of higher rewards. Let me repeat. Clients will risk 100% of their premium in a RILA for greater upside potential than a traditional fixed index annuity. As an example, so clients are rewarded with a greater upside potential, because they're willing to take on downside exposure and forego the elements of the downside protection. RILAs do have index strategies comparable to FIAs, like caps, par rates that are tied to the S&P 500. But again, 100% of the client's premium is at risk. RILAs have captured billions of dollars in the market share of late. But what has become clear from the feedback from the industry with regards to the RILA product is the clients don't like the idea of risking all of their money, but still want more competitive upside potential than they can get in a traditional FIA. So that is where something new is coming into place. You can see on the far right, we have a new product category. We're calling it the FILA. It's a fixed index linked annuity. It's going to have components of an FIA. It's going to have components of the RILA. It's a combination that falls right in between, and we are going to dive into that right now. So we're introducing the F&G Dynamic Accumulator. It's a fixed index linked annuity. We're also calling it a FILA. This product is laser focused on growth. You're going to see rates up to 2.5 times higher than what you'll see out there in the FIA industry. There is simply no other product out there that you can sell that has the features and benefits this product provides. It's unique, innovative, it's incredibly competitive. After you hear about it, I hope you're as eager to pick up the phone and tell someone about it as I am. To begin framing the dynamic accumulator more specifically, let's compare the features of an FIA and a RILA to put the dynamic accumulator into context. A key component of an FIA is the principal protection feature. Your clients never risk a dollar of their premium. The zero is the hero story that we all know. All love the story, zero is the hero, coupled with the ability to participate in the upside of the market. FIAs have the power to lock in gains tied to the upside of the market with an annual lock-in feature. An FIA is not a registered product, therefore it does not require a securities license to sell. A RILA, on the other hand, requires a securities license, does not protect the client's principal, and does not lock in gains each year. However, more upside potential is available through these annuity types because the client is willing to put 100% of their principal at risk. Now let's add that new category in there, the FILA. How does it work? Well, it's actually easy. You get the best of both worlds with an FIA and a RILA. You get the same principal protection of an FIA. Our FILA does not risk a penny of your client's premium. You have the upside potential similar to a RILA with the downside protection. Each year, you'll give your clients the choice to dial up or down their risk tolerance. This decision is in the hands of the clients and the advisors each and every year. It's really as simple as that. A FILA is a non-registered product. It's a fixed product, therefore it does not require a securities license or a broker-dealer to sell it. You can sell this product through the relationship of your independent marketing organization, such as Eivins. The dynamic accumulator, it offers the best of both worlds. It acts like that FILA in the down years and the RILA in the up years. Just like the FILA or the fixed index annuity, the dynamic accumulator's premium is 100% principal protected from the market loss. The dynamic accumulator is a no-fee design accumulation-focused product, meaning there is no rider fees, no strategy fees, no product fees. It can be sold by an insurance licensed agent, does not require a securities license to sell. Unlike a fixed index annuity, it is more like a RILA. Gains can be leveraged for greater upside potential than can be found in a traditional FIA. Up to 2 to 3 times the typical caps and par rates currently available. Unlike a RILA, the dynamic accumulator allows your clients to control much of the growth potential that is risked each year by dialing up and dialing down that exposure. So let's broadly compare a fixed index annuity performance with the dynamic accumulator side by side. Looking at the last 10 calendar years, 2010 to 2020, the historical S&P 500 performance, 100,000 in the average FIA would have grown to approximately 130,000. And the dynamic accumulator, the same time period, same premium, it would have grown to 170,000. That's 40,000 more dollars in gains, or 40% more growth compared to an FIA. So far, so good. You're all probably saying, well, of course, this looks great for this time period. We've been on a bull run. Well, let's dive in a little bit deeper because I know that will come up when you bring up those dates. We actually took it a step deeper and did a scatter plot of 1,000 different simulations, randomly selected historical 10-year periods on the S&P from 1980 to 2020 to compare. The dotted line in the performance is the fixed index annuity. And this, if you see those dots there on each of them, 80% of the time, the results here of the dynamic accumulator beat a traditional fixed index annuity. So truly, there is more upside potential than the fixed index annuity. Even on a bull run or down years, there is the protection of your principal with more upside potential, introducing the new annuity class, the FILA. So now let's look over the layout of the dynamic accumulator. The dynamic accumulator allocation process has one more step than a traditional FIA does. The first step is to choose an allocation crediting strategy as you would with an FIA. Options within the dynamic accumulator include cap rates or par rates tied to the S&P 500. Offering S&P 500 only option was very intentional here. Overwhelming feedback from our distribution partners. Has been the need to grow the growth options tied to the S&P 500. These crediting options are further proof that F&G is listening to the needs of our distribution partners and then delivering solutions to address those needs. Important to not only during this stage, the allocation process, the clients will choose either the caps or par rates to allocate. They cannot do both. They cannot do a 50-50 split. It's either a cap rate or a par rate. However, at contract anniversary, clients will have the choice to move between the caps and par rates. So as a client, I could choose the cap rate for the 100% allocation at issue and move 100% to the par rate at my first anniversary. The step 2 in the allocation process involves the client selecting their maximum risk appetite, or the floor or the track. There are 4 track options to choose from. You have the 0, the 2.5, the -5, and the -10 track. The 0 track indicates your clients are willing to put 0% at risk. This is going to act exactly like an FIA. If they're doing the 0% track, they're going to have the lower caps and par rates, similar to an FIA product. The 10% track or floor indicates the client is willing to put 10% at risk of their gains. The clients must select one track at issue. Each contract starts at 0, the 0 track at issue, as there are no gains to put on the line. The clients can then choose to keep their track the same each and every year, or as their gains become available, they can move between multiple floor options as they see fit. So here are the current cap rates and par rates. I'll just point out the floors, the -10 floors. Your clients are going to participate up to 65%. And I do want to point out that par rate does participate on the downside as well. So say your clients lost 10% in a given year on that 10% floor. They're not going to lose the full 10%. They're going to lose 6.5 because we're participating on the downside as well. And then on the -10% with the cap, they could receive up to 11.5% cap. That's the maximum cap, but they would fully participate on the downside. So if they lost 10, they're gonna lose 10 on the cap side. So let's go back to the allocation and risk track. The initial allocation choice made at the time of opening the contract can last the life of the contract. That's known as the set it and forget it method. A client can choose the S&P cap rate option with a 10% floor, and the contract would actually automatically move up the track as gains become available to the client, starting at 0 and then automatically moving up to the 2.5, 5%, and -10 track as those gains became available to client. The client, in working with the advisor, would not have to revise the allocation or strategy at any point during the life of the contract. An example of this will be shown shortly, but instead of the set it and forget it method, your clients and advisors can take a more tactical approach. They can adjust the interest crediting methods as often as annually. One could switch from the caps to the par rates, vice versa, much like an FIA. In addition to this, the clients could choose to adjust their track. As an example, if 5% in gains is available in a hypothetical contract for a few years into the contract, they could then move between the 3 other tracks, the 5, the 2.5, or 0, depending on their risk tolerance at that time. Or by default, if your client does nothing, the contracts will continue along that current chosen risk track. I believe this is a great feature for advisors to be able to stay in front of their clients each and every year. Maybe pull up additional business each year because you're meeting with them to look at this track. So I find this is a great selling feature to agents and advisors to be able to stay in front of their clients and make sure no life changes have happened. And if life changes do happen, your clients have the ability to dial up or down that track to support those life changes, such as marriage, spouse passing away, a loss of a job, retirement, changing jobs, and so forth. They have the ability to change that track to support those life changes. How does Dynamic Accumulator structured FIA account work? A typical graph of an FIA we're all familiar with. I mean, I don't need to pull up one to show you. The Dynamic Accumulator will look a little bit different than the typical staircase. For this reason here on the strategy tracking value, this is a 10-year look at the product performance. The purple line represents the account value. That's the initial premium that is 100% principal protected over 10 years. The green line is the structured FIA account tracking value, which is a new value to a fixed index annuity. The tracking value changes throughout the year in response to the movement of the tracking index, or the S&P 500. On the contract anniversary, it locks in either the positive or negative adjustments based on the index performance. This process repeats each year until the 10th period is up. After 10 years, all gains are credited to the account value, and those gains are now locked in as the new value being 100% principal protected. Any withdrawals made in the first 10 years are calculated off of the green strategy tracking value that you can see on the chart. And I do want to point out, I know I don't have this on the slide, but it does come up a lot. Your clients may ask you, well, what happens if I take a withdrawal? Is that going to reduce my risk? Am I going to go down the tracks, down from a -10 track to a -5? No, our actuarial team built in a great formula where we're reducing it equally between your principal protected, your vested value or tracking value, to allow your clients to be staying at that same risk tolerance for greater upside potential. So taking a withdrawal is not going to reduce their track. And I do want to also point out here, there is a vested schedule. We are going to dive into what this vested schedule is here in a couple slides. But in the 7th year of this contract, your clients are 100% fully vested. So what that means is in year 7, if your clients are happy with how their account has performed, they can lock in their gains with their principal, and that would be 100% protected. But what that means is also they are going to be moving to the fixed account from years 7 to 10. They will not be able to participate in risk any more of their gains. It's all going to be staying in the fixed account. Once you're in the fixed account bucket, you cannot move out. So again, the ability to decide how much the gains are at risk is the secret ingredient behind the Dynamic Accumulator. It offers the best of both worlds, RILA-like returns with the principal protection of an FIA. The power of choice and flexibility is what allows F&G to offer par rates, cap rates, much higher than what you'll see out there in the marketplace. We have created a new product category that speaks to both FIA clients and RILA clients. We think, in particular, younger clients will gravitate towards this product as these clients have a larger risk tolerance, but they have the same end goal as older clients, that they want to protect the principal with the upside potential. In addition, the Dynamic Accumulator creates an even larger opportunity for growth, flexibility, and control of your gains. So I wanted to attach a quick snapshot of our at-a-glance producer-facing marketing piece on the Dynamic Accumulator. A couple key product details to highlight. Dynamic Accumulator issues up to age 80 or 75 for qualified and non-qualified money, with a minimum premium of $10,000. It is a 10-year surrender schedule, but it has a vested schedule as well for the tracking value, beginning at 90%. You can see that right there in the middle of the page. It's at issue, it's 90%. But like I had said earlier, in year 7, you're 100% fully vested. So if your clients love the returns in year 7 and they don't want to risk losing anymore, or they want to look at moving into an income product because they're getting closer to retirement and they're wanting to put a quick bonus with income-based roll-up rates, they can do that. In year 7, they're 100% fully vested. So that's a good opportunity to lock in those rates, make sure there's no more risk of losing any of their gains, and look at possibly moving into a new product. And then the death benefit. The death benefit you can see right below there. The clients are going to get the strategy account value and then also the mid-year value. There is no mid-year tracking where the clients can actually see daily tracking values, but we'll give the mid-year strategy death credits upon death. And then also another great feature of this product is similar to our Flex Accumulator product. We offer 10% of the account value or vested value withdrawals starting day 1. Clients do not have to wait 1 year. Those withdrawals are available day 1, either as a one-time withdrawal or they can be systematic withdrawals. Like we had mentioned before, it will not lower your client's track or floor. Like we said before, it is a 10-year product, which it is a 10-10 compliant surrender schedule. In other words, the surrender charges is 10% or less in all years. This product is RMD friendly. We have the standard nursing home terminal illness waiver available at no additional cost if your clients become confined for beginning at least 1 year after contract issue, confined in a nursing home for at least 60 days, 100% of surrender charges and the vesting schedule are waived. And then I will point it out a little bit later, but this product, it also offers our new trail commission option. So this gives the clients this product gives the clients flexibility and control. It also gives the producer flexibility and control to be able to stay in front of your clients and build that specific business model for referrals, return leads, and staying in front of those clients to generate a bigger book of business. And for most ages, I do want to point out, for most ages, upfront commission, street level is going to be 6.5%. Trails are going to be 1.25% upfront with 1% trailing based on the vested value for the life of the contract. So again, the competitive advantages to the dynamic accumulator are being the ability to reallocate each year, either the caps, par rates, floors, tracks, all tied to the S&P 500. A compounding interest formula for growth rather than simple interest calculations, which is found in the product design in many existing products today, therefore accelerating the growth potential as compared to other structured products in the marketplace. The capturing of gains and interest credits for the withdrawals and upon death, 15 to 50% higher participation in cap rates can be found versus other traditional products. The ability to offer the dynamic accumulator clients without the need of securities license to do so. Therefore, bringing us to even more opportunities to bring value to multiple clients, demographics, and so forth. I did want to throw out a map here, the dynamic accumulator state availability at launch. We launched with 35 compact states, with all other states are going to be following closely in suit here in August. So you should see, if you're in one of these states that's not available, look at the beginning of August, first 2 weeks in August. I'm going to say 99% of these will now be available. Cannot give you a specific date yet, but we are pinpointing that first week or two in August. Before we wrap up today, I wanted you to start thinking through your book of business prospects you have coming in to visit in the next few weeks. Think about who might be a good fit for the dynamic accumulator. Clients 50 to 75, seeking more upside potential with principal protection. clients considering a RILA, but with a desire for more downside protection, clients considering a fixed index annuity, but with a desire for more upside potential, like a RILA, the do-it-yourself clients who want the flexibility to adjust their downside exposure on an annual basis, clients seeking flexibility to modify risk and return crediting profiles, clients 59.5 and up in 401k plans with partial withdrawal provisions, those fee-sensitive clients. Like we had mentioned, there is no fees tied to the Dynamic Accumulator. So we're going to dive into just a quick example. For those clients with their money still in an employer-based retirement plan, the question is simple. How much of your 401k can you afford to lose between now and your retirement? Of course, everyone's going to say zero. Well, up to 77% of companies offer 401k plans that allow in-service withdrawals. It's not just 401k plans, though. There are other types of retirement plans with work that include 403bs, 457s, and pensions as well. So this is the opportunity for the advisor to come through in a big way to protect someone's retirement nest egg from day one. And with the Dynamic Accumulator, retain as much as the upside potential as possible. So Mr. and Mrs. Client, would you be interested in an option for your retirement money that is 100% principal protected and allows you to dial up or down your exposure each and every year and better align the product with life-changing circumstances as life happens? Of course, the answer is yes. So that was just one example of where this product could fit into your portfolio. But now I just want to bring it to your guys' attention that any new product launch that we have, we offer a microsite. The microsite, you can find all of today's marketing materials up to date daily on the Dynamic Accumulator or any new product launch out there. So I encourage you to write down the link there at the bottom, or I can email it over to Laura to send out to each and every one of you after today's call as well. Visit the site, visit all of our marketing materials, look at the at a glance. There's also client-friendly pieces out there, ideas for marketing to where this could fit in your practice. So to wrap up the Dynamic Accumulator specific portion of this presentation, what we have is a story of choice and control. At the end of the day, the Dynamic Accumulator is 100% principal protected, allows your clients to leverage prior gains for greater upside potential, provides your clients the flexibility and control to dial in their preferred risk track through either increased protection or increased upside exposure. As mentioned before, we did recently launch trail commissions to our accumulation products. So we have it on our Dynamic Accumulator, but our other accumulation products that the trail commissions are on is the Flex Accumulator, the Power Accumulator, the Accumulator Plus. Similar to IMS and what Laura had mentioned before, we also have a program where we invest back into the advisors, into their marketing dollars. We believe us investing back into your practice, helping you grow your business is a big part of who F&G is. So we recently made some changes to our Power Producer program. Over the next few slides, we're going to just do a quick review of this program and the changes. This is a commission bonus plan in addition to an already competitive compensation paid. At the time, to qualify, a writing agent must meet that threshold of $3 million in FIA sales in a calendar year of 2021. The program does not include IULs, MIGAs, or New York products. There is 3 thresholds to this product, each corresponding with an increasing bonus percentage that will be applied to your gross commission paid during a calendar year. The first threshold is $3 million. It provides an 8% bonus to gross commissions paid in 2021. The second one is $5 million, which will pay a 12 million, or geez, I'm sorry, not 12 million, 12% bonus. And then a 10 million for the final threshold, And this one is a 16% bonus applied to the commissions paid for the year. So let's take a quick look at an example. That way you guys can get an idea of the real numbers on how it works. The first example here, an agent sold $5 million in FIA sales in 2021. Their eligible commission was $350,000 using a standard street comp. This may be different, so you'll need to, look at your total compensation based on your sales and your IMO relationship. Because this agent was at the power producer commission bonus plan as a result of meeting that $3 million threshold, the agent will receive an additional $42,000 in bonus, bringing the total commission to $392,000. Now, in the second example, the math works in the same manner. We are showing a higher sales amount, which resulted in a 15% bonus to commission. So you can see they did $10 million in FIA sales, $700,000 in eligible commissions. Oh, I'm sorry, I said 15%. It's actually 16%. My apologies. So at the end of the year, we're going to take that total eligible commissions and take that times 16%, and we're going to give you a check for $112,000 to reinvest back into your practice. Look at that as a way of us reinvesting in your business and our partnership and putting that back into your business for marketing dollars or however else you want to use it. And then I also wanted to just announce with each of you a great new resource we had available. It launched this year is our IMO Annuity Sales Desk. Anytime you guys have any questions regarding, case design, product questions, illustrations, ordering market materials, write down this number, the 866-477-7932. This is our IMO Annuity Sales Desk, led by Adam Griner, who was previously an internal wholesaler with F&G. This team is great. They'll be able to get anything you guys may need going forward, and then also their email address, salesdesk@fglife.com. And then don't think this looks like me, Laura. This is not what I look like anymore. But this is myself, Garrett Eivins. My phone number is 515-259-8274. And my email address is garrett.evans@fglife. Feel free to reach out to me anytime you guys have any questions, anything you guys need. I'm always here to support you guys in your business and your practice. But with that, I appreciate you guys allowing me the time to talk about two of our exciting products, and I'm going to turn things back over to Laura.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Garrett. As we went through, I know we put a lot of information in front of you today, but one thing I wanted to point out, we started off, I just threw up, if you want appointment paperwork and product information on what we talked about today, just answer yes. But, the Accelerator, great product. I mean, you're looking at a combo of great accumulation and great income. In the industry, you can't get the best of both worlds. You really can't. You're not going to get it. You want the best income, you're going to have horrible rates. If you want the best accumulation, well, the income's not going to be there. So it's a great combo product. I think there's a big spot for it in the industry. So really excited about that. And with the dynamic one, I mean, there's many products in the industry that have recently been launched with this concept, and a little bit more of a complex concept. But the way I like to think of it is you're looking at that, if their client's is a little risky, it's a good option. They're concerned about going completely conservative. This is the perfect avenue for it, because you can still take on that risk, but have your principal protected. I think that's really a key. But some of those clients taking that 10% floor with a 65% participation rate on the S&P, I mean, you can't beat that. That's an amazing participation rate. I mean, if you look at normal 1-year point-to-points, with the S&P, we're looking at 27%, maybe 30 if we're lucky, but and a lot of them much lower than that. So I think there's a really good spot for that in the industry as well, especially when we're looking at those clients who maybe don't want to give up all the risk, but they still want the protection. So I think there's a really good space for that as well. So again, if you answer yes to this, regardless, Haley, my assistant, will shoot you all an email today with a recording of the webinar, as well as some information on the two products we covered today. So that will be emailed out from Haley Henderson in my office later today. And then over the next few days, I'll be following up with each of you as well to answer any additional questions you may have. But Garrett, we really appreciate you taking time. Apologize to everyone on the call. We went a little long. I'll blame myself for that. I talk a lot at the beginning. So, but with that, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, and I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a good day.